Good evening, George here. Hope you're all well. And as I said in the last video, we were going to have a look at this old radio here. And from what I can find out on the internet, it's late 1940s, early 1950s radio. So we'll just have a look at it and see what you think. This is it's belonging to one of the guys at work. I think he's Gerry. I think he said it was either his parents or his grandparents. I'm not sure. And it was in an attic. And just zoom in on the dial there. It's more dirty than anything, but there's a couple of bad bits of veneer on the cabinet, so he said he's going to get somebody to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, can we get this old girl to come back to life, which it probably will. I wouldn't be overly surprised, you know, these things normally fire up. But what we're going to do first is we're going to remove the radio from the cabinet, and it's got the original lead from back in the day, the old what is this, like a material insulation, and it's got the black and the red, which were the old colours for the wires. So we're going to replace that and put a new cord on it, because that's quite old now, and you know, it's not up to much. You can see there it's focus, yeah, it's not in great shape, so it'll make perfect sense to change that and put on a new one. Okay, so right, let's get to it. So good job. Now we decided to do that. I'll show you for why. Just goes to show you with this old stuff, if you had plugged that in, you can see all the insulation is broken down off the positive wire going into the transformer, and it's actually touching the case of it here. So that wouldn't have been a good start. So anybody that ever has any of these old radios, always remove the chassis from the cabinet before you decide to plug it in, because that's exactly why. Okay, so new lead's on, the plug top on it. So what we're going to do now is over there where the red bulb is, the socket to the left of that is wired in series with that bulb, so we're going to plug it in there. And what that's going to do is it's going to limit the current going to the radio. So I'll get the bulb in shot. So what will happen is the bulb should, when I turn it on, now another thing of note, now it's always a good idea to put at least the knob on the volume control, because sometimes the volume control can have voltage on it, so you don't want to get lifted out of it. I think we might clean these. See how we get into the volume control now. That is going to be dirty, I know well. Oh, that should do for a start. So we'll work in the switch cleaner. Just operate the controls a bunch of times. Just going to do them with the pliers now, because I'm not. These are probably the band control switches. So that one's just 3 position. And this one. Okay, so I'm going to plug this extension lead into the dim bulb socket. Get in there. Now, so what should happen here, when I plug it in and switch it on, the dim bulb should illuminate and then kind of dim down if there's nothing wrong. So let's see what happens. No, this is a wooden stick, so don't be freaking out that I'm poking around in there. Just looking for loose, if there's a bad connection somewhere, because out of all the tubes in there. They're not all working. There's only 2. There's definitely a couple of tubes out there. All the wiring, all the insulation is... If I poke at it too much, it's crumbling. So what I might try and do is I might take out all the valves and reseat them and clean the pins and see if that does anything. And that capacitor is not helping things either. Right, so I'll turn it off, and like that bulb is too bright there now. It should be a lot dimmer than that. We'll try it on full fat and see what happens. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh. I see smoke. Let's see where that's coming from. She definitely smoking. Where's it coming from? No, there's something shorted there. That resistor's red hot. Anyway, I suppose we'll have to leave it there for now, and I'll have to have a chat with Gerry and see how far he's prepared to go with this thing. He just said to me to see if it worked, and if it was one of these things that cost a fortune, I'll just take the camera out of the mount there. So if we get something to point with now. You see that capacitor there? That's a definite goner. Then you've all them old caps, like they're probably all, you know, no good anymore, because they're so old. But this resistor, where are we come out now? This resistor here, that's what was smoking. I don't know, but all the wiring, as I said, is in a very poor state. All the insulation is, you know, breaking down and cracking, and you know, and to be honest with you now, I wouldn't be prepared to go rewiring that, you know. We'll have to wait and see what Gerry wants to do. You may see it again, and you may not, but I doubt it. You know, it probably requires a a lot of work to put it back right, so I don't know if he's prepared to do that, but we'll leave it there for now and we'll get you in the next one. All the best.